Mikey Eller, what's up, buddy? First
Right.
time, long time. We actually get to look at each other. My first ever podcast compadre. What's up, buddy?
I know we go back almost 2 years now, and first time like actually on camera. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm banging out these WrestleMania themes, just chugging along, and I was looking forward to seeing you, and here we are, pal.
Yeah. A match that maybe isn't the most anticipated, but I find to be one of the most fascinating. So I'm definitely happy to be talking about it.
Fascinating is the correct word. So let's kind of see how we got here, Mike.
Okay.
On the Raw After Elimination, MVP threw out a challenge to Brock Lesnar for a match against Omos. That's if he has the intestinal fortitude to accept. The next week, Brock showed up in the MVP lounge, accepted the challenge for WrestleMania. They drank on it. Brock sent a message with an F5 to MVP. Dolph Ziggler caught a squash from Omos the next week to show his dominance. We finally got the face-to-face with garnered a holy shit chant, believe it or not, mixed with some somewhat awkward physicality. The final Raw next week before WrestleMania, we got a good old-fashioned weigh-in. Curiosity is king here, Mike. Not much here, kind of little taped together, but high level intensity in, just brute force and just beastness is kind of what we're going with here. Fuck, Mike. Is this going to be the peak for Omos' career, you think?
I do. I don't see where he can go from here. Like I don't see him ever being a world champion. I thought maybe the Braun match at Crown Jewel might be his actual peak, but to get to kind of luck almost into this Lesnar match, I think is pretty cool for him.
Mhm.
But I don't see anything else. I don't like Brock Lesnar is one of the biggest stars of all time, and
Yeah.
I don't see much else going on for him after this.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm curious if it's received positively in above expectations being so low. There's a chance they might be able to hit those expectations out of the park. But, with expectations, really what's next? What is he? I think at the end of the day, he's a tag guy with AJ Styles or not with AJ Styles, but with like an AJ Styles type, just to tape together a tag team, go in there, have some fun matches and look at the attraction. You know what I mean? So, oh, he two things with Almost, which is kind of promising. When he was on that show, I wish I could grab the name of it. It was like on E Network or one of those weird shows where he did like a guest appearance, and he was pretty good. He was engaging. He was kind of funny, and he did good. He had like some presence to him. And the and the other thing being is almost, I don't know, man. He's Mr. YouTube hits and quarter hour views. Really, if you take a look at it, he's kind of doubling some of the things that Monday Night Raw is doing for numbers on YouTube. So take that as it is. But I don't know. I think that he'll have a chance. Like you said, I don't necessarily see it, but there could be a chance. But
Yeah,
I don't really think I don't really think Brock is the problem in this match. It's almost. We'll see how motivated Brock is. Speaking of his motivation, do you think he's going to resign after this match? Because supposedly he's done after this match with the current contract.
sure.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
He's Brock smart. He knows how to. I mean, he does it every time. He even going back to when Vince got left. And then he leaves and he made that. I mean, this is going back like 8-9 years ago. Where you remember he did like the special like contract signing on ESPN.
Yeah, WrestleMania 31.
Yeah. I mean, Brock's a great entertainer, but he's an even better businessman, I think, and he's a smart dude. And
Yeah.
I can't see him leaving. I don't know where else he would go unless UFC is a little too old. I don't see him going to AEW. So I do see him re-signing, and this new character, like with the ponytail, and yeah, it's awesome. All of a sudden, he's talks like he's from Texas.
And it works. I ain't gonna tell him he's from North Dakota or Minnesota or Saskatchewan, wherever he's from. I ain't telling him.
No, but it works. It's probably given him another several years of being, just so different that I know I've kind of gone on here, but he's staying.
I think so too. But kudos to him. Get that leverage however you seem fit. All right, Mike. Now, Goldberg, Brock, WrestleMania 33. I'm not saying it's going to live up to that match because I thought that match was great. But I grabbed a timestamp of 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Is Brock Lesnar versus Omos at WrestleMania 39 going to be over or under 4 minutes 45 seconds?
Ooh, okay, that's a hard one.
Mm.
I'm gonna go over because I think there's gonna be enough stalling, enough maybe nonsense from MVP getting involved and him running his mouth to Brock. I mean, again, it's a good question because there's so many different factors. I'm gonna go over. I don't think it'll be as good as a match as Brock and Goldberg, but I've got to go. I'll go like about 5.5.
Yeah, I figured 5. I just wanted to grab that number just to kind of, because you look at it, you're like, that match was 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and it was so great. Holy shit. So, I figured it'd be fun to play the game. I agree. I think it's going to go slightly over. No more than 7 minutes. 7 minutes, they're getting in dangerous territory there. But yeah. All right, Mike, I ask everyone 3 questions here, so let's get to that.
Okay.
All right. What night do you see this on the card, and where? Middle, beginning, towards the end?
I'm gonna go night 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go. I don't know why I thought about this, but it was like the Undertaker versus A Train and Big Show. I think that was second
Mm-hmm.
on Mania 19. I don't know, just big hosses going at it. I think it maybe not the opener, but sets up the show pretty well. Doesn't gives you enough time to kind of get into the next match. So I'm gonna go early second card on the show.
Yeah, I believe Omos and Lashley were in that spot last year, so that's fitting. And it
Yeah,
was a pretty good spot for it. You have a hot opener, a nice little fun cool down moment. Well, not even a cool down moment because I think they're gonna, try to go out there and have a good match, but it just paced perfectly. All right, Mike, questions for this. Like high, how low, middle, what do you think?
all right. So my expectations on the match, if it's average, I think that's great. Um,
It's a home run.
like if they can put together something where he can throw around Omos for a little bit, and Brock sells a little bit. Like you said, that pull apart was really weird last week, but it was one spot. Um,
You can't
I,
exaggerate that.
yeah, right. And I think it's gonna be. Again, my expectations are low, but I'm also pretty excited about it because I have an idea of like how most of the matches are going to be in terms of like ring work, but this I have nothing. So
Yeah, no.
again, so I guess low, but I think it's going to be. I think it'll surprise some people.
Yeah, it's a good spot for them to go out there and surprise. Perfect way to put it. All right, Mike, who's winning?
Brock,
Brock has to win, right?
yeah,
It's got to be convincing, or what? Sure, you can have heel tactics within the match to extend it, but Brock's got to win.
yeah, absolutely.
We got to win. All right, Mikey, let's get out of here. What else? What you got anything to plug before we get out of here? Or what's up?
Pop up on I'm with you on the Chronoso monthlies. Usually doing the breakdown of the arenas and the history. And yeah, that's my only thing. I've got a website. Sometimes I podcast on Lofton scoresfromsecond.com. And we break down wrestling, basketball, baseball, sporadically, but we're here or there. So thanks for I want to say thanks for allowing me to be on here, previewing this match.
All right, we'll drop that website in the link, buddy. All right, guys, catch you on the next one.